Yo, what's up, everyone? I'm JD, and with me always is the mighty Earthworm.
Hello, 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 and hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Well, that's the darndest thing.
Well, welcome.
Welcome, listeners.
Yes, welcome to the Anime Brothers podcast. We got a good one for you today. Today is going to be like our, first segment episode of our forced recommendations.
Yeah, we're finally making each other watch shit that we've been begging each other to watch for forever, you know?
Yeah.
You know how it goes?
Yeah, a little bit.
Usually best friends are like, yeah, he recommends me stuff, and I watch it because
That's
he's my
what
best
friends
friend.
do.
Yeah, he's my best friend, and I trust him with my life. When that is true, but do I trust him to give me a very good anime?
Apparently
Well,
not.
the first one he gave me was Sword Art Online, so...
Actually, that wasn't your first anime. That was one where I was like, look, man, this got me
That
back
was the first
into it.
anime you gave me.
Well, technically, I got into anime because of it. I was like, yo, this is actually pretty cool. I thought you liked video game worlds like me, and I realize now, remember, you're not an isekai guy as much now, so I just screwed up there. But hey, we're moving on.
I'm not an isekai guy, but I don't hate isekais. But I think you really just wanted to build me up to break me down. You knew how I was going to react when Kayaba was like, yeah, I don't remember. And I remember you looking over at me and just fucking smiling like,
Well, you did hand me RE0, which kind of mentally fucked me over, so I guess in a way I did get you in a different way, so I mean, we're even now.
At least ReZero was good.
Look, Sword Art Online's good, so fuck off, bud.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I figured we'd get
You're
a little
just upset
roasted
because
in.
there's a better black swordsman, so I don't know what you...
JD, I swear to fucking God, I know where you live. I'll burn your goddamn house down.
Oh, did I get the trigger going?
Oh my God! Anytime someone says that, even if they're
when he
memeing,
dual wields,
and I
bro,
know
he
you
would just
don't-
cut guts in half.
I
like,
know you don't mean
what,
that.
What?
I know you don't mean that.
I gotta go
but even
faster.
No lie. Even when someone memes about that, like quick shout out, Anime Summit, our good friends, another podcast, great. Nick said that about Kirito in their most recent episode as a joke, and I almost jumped through my fucking radio and like attacked it.
You don't joke about that shit.
It hurt. Oh man, I don't know. It does not sit well with me.
But either way, we're past it now, and eventually you are gonna get forced to watch the rest of it. So whatever.
Which is fair. I don't have to like it, but I will watch it.
That's how it's gonna go. Some things we're just not gonna like and we're not gonna vibe with. But for now,
Definitely.
I mean, how's everything going? It's been a really busy week for us, or at least for me.
Yeah. You've been the busy house man.
Doing a lot of yard work.
Yeah, house husband, yard work, mowing the lawn, moving furniture, real fucking manly
Painting
man
and shit. I hate painting.
He's Chadley man over here. Me, on the other hand, I'm not gonna lie to you, listeners. I've been having a tough week. JD, I know I talk to you about it often, but yeah, it's been a rough week in the mental health area for me. But I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy to have listeners who care about what I do, and I'm just happy to have the friends that I have. And I want everybody to appreciate the people that they have in their life as well, because without the people that you have, what's the goddamn point of doing any of this? You know?
No, straight up. By the way, did you like my Pooh Bear I sent you?
Yes. JD almost made me cry.
I know I did.
I was like, man, I'm having a real rough day. Some days I just want to restart like a video game, you know? I'll never do anything like that, but you know. And then it was like, he sent me a Pooh Bear, like, even when I'm not with you, I'm with you, or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I was like, you didn't react. I'm like, I got him anyway. I know I got him.
Out in my backyard, I just had to put my phone down. I was like, damn, this brother knows it.
Yeah, Robin and Pooh.
But, yeah, everybody goes through some tough times, and I'm just happy that I have a place where I can talk about some real cool shit. And if you don't feel like you have a place where you can, just have friends and just, talk about anime and shit, join us, reach out to us,
Head
join
up to
our
Discord. We're here to talk. I mean, we got our boy Mitch in here. He loves chatting with us, and we like chatting with him, checking the weather, everything. Anime, weather,
Absolutely.
whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely. Join Discord's the easiest way to reach out to us, but Twitter, Instagram, reach out to us that way. Definitely, we are your friends. If you're listening, we consider you a friend, and we thank you.
Damn right.
Anywhoozy, let's get off my emotional train and let's talk about some shit.
I know that you've been slacking a little on anime, but we both have. But you've been playing some games.
Well, Yeah, I've been slacking on my extracurricular anime, but I did watch my intended watch of Naruto.
Yep.
I got up to the Sasuke retrieval arc, the start of it.
Sasuke!
Sasuke-kun. But yeah, so I did my due diligence there. But yeah, other than that, I've been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses on the Switch. Super fun, tactical RPG, plus like horny fucking university dating sim almost.
Sounds like Persona 5 that I was playing on PS4.
There is a very there's a fucking trope going on, I think, with new maybe not new, but like new JRPGs where it's like we're gonna give you all the shit we did before, all the cool magic powers, whatever, buffs, debuffs, tactical strategy, and you get to fuck a woman at the end.
That's what we're here for. I mean, come on.
Or man, I should say or man, because I don't know about Persona, I'd assume, but in Fire Emblem there are some, you can have like same-sex relationships. Not everybody's down for it.
I haven't gone far enough in Persona 5 to figure that out.
I definitely plan on being a female in my next playthrough on Fire Emblem, and I'm gonna nail all the dudes.
There you go. That's all you can do.
So yeah, and then who knows where I go after that. Third playthrough, it's all up in the air.
It's all up in the air. Yeah, me, on the other hand, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I know I was talking about Persona 5, but I haven't had a lot of downtime to sit and truly soak it all in, because Persona 5 is a big game, and it's got a lot to it. So I was like, you know what, $15 for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, if I can run around, kill people, and be not really an assassin, but, you know, a Spartan, I'll take it, you know?
You've always wanted to be a Spartan. You've loved
just
Spartans
like when we
since the day
watched
I can
Deadliest
remember.
Warrior, Spartans still beat the samurai, the ninja, everyone. Just letting you know, that king right there, Spartan.
No, straight up. Like, if you ever wonder who's a bigger weeb, JD voted, you know, he was rooting for the Spartan, and I was rooting for the samurai.
And guess who won?
It doesn't matter who won. It's where your loyalties lie.
You
it's
can't
where
get
your
by the
loyalties
shield
lie.
and the spear, bud. I'm just letting you know.
I'm just saying, you know, it's where your loyalties lie. It ain't about winning and losing. It's about sticking to your values until the end.
You weren't thinking of weebs at that time. You were thinking the samurai just looks cooler.
Well, yeah, but that's the like a whole part of being a weeb, man. It's just like you love Japanese stuff because it looks cool, and you put a bunch of might put a bunch of meaning behind it.
Look cool.
He does look cool, but, you know, it's only because he can murder you. Like, if you just look at a Spartan and he's like, oh, just check out my underwear, big spear, her. It's like, all right, buddy. It's until he attacks you that there's an issue.
That's right. Either way, I don't know. It's fun, though, and I'm playing a female in that one. And in that game, you can bang female or male, so it's great. I'm doing both.
Literally every game includes some sort of like dating simulator, like sex simulator.
Oh, this isn't a dating simulator. You literally just look at your categories. You want to romance on it. Yo, I want to bed you, and they're like, yeah, let's do it, and that's it. There's really.
You used to have to play The Sims to get a sex mod on the PC, and now every game fucking has one.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
Oh shit. But yeah, you know, we might have been slacking in the extracurricular anime, but we did watch the intended forced recommendations. There
we go. That's a great way to lead into it, because in our last episode we explained what's going to be happening, but I was forced into watching episodes 1 through 8 of Gurren Lagann, and basically Earthworm here has been slacking a little bit on Naruto, so I decided his forced recommendations are to just fucking finish it. So keep watching episodes.
Yeah, so I was in the middle of the Chunin exams last time we talked. I have, like I said, made it up to the Sasuke retrieval arc, and if anybody's watched Gurren Lagann, they know why I had JD stop at episode 8. Hell, JD knows why he stopped at episode 8 now.
I think I do.
Yeah, I think you might, and if it didn't happen, then I am so sorry I got the wrong episode. But
you got the right episode.
Okay,
you got
all
the
right.
right episode. Yeah.
What do you want? Which show do we want to get into first?
Well, I know Naruto. You never really have talked about it since the beginning. Like what your current thoughts were from the beginning on. So if you want to do that and then end it with Gurren Lagann, that way you feel like great talking about it. But it's really your call. But I think Naruto, you have a lot more to cover.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it then.
Okay.
Naruto. Play Naruto OP2 right now.
All right, here we go.
I'm just kidding. I will put it in.
Oh, you're gonna put it in?
We'll get
sweet.
I will put it in post-production, and then we'll probably get sued. So I won't put it in post-production. Anywho,
can I play it on my phone in the background while you talk?
I still think that doesn't count.
I think that counts.
I think that counts. Yeah.
No, I don't think it counts. Oh! Okay, that's it. You can go now.
Oh, geez, he just had the theme music.
Yeah, well, I also have songs, but that's the background theme music. I was not lying about that.
All right. Well, that's a good place to start. So let's start out with like the first chunk of Naruto. Naruto being like this guy who can't really do shit. Apparently, he can't do like any jutsu whatsoever and make it useful, except, of course, sexy jutsu.
Gotta love that sexy jutsu. It's very effective.
I mean, which is by far the best jutsu, if you know, obviously.
Yes.
But so it was fine. In the start, it was just it looked to me as a basic shonen. Keep in mind, I didn't watch Naruto when I was a kid very much. I caught a few episodes, but it never like stuck. So there's no nostalgia there. But yeah, it was cool, you know, watching Naruto. I liked him being able to learn the shadow clone jutsu in the beginning and, you know, making the decisions to like save the guy, Ikari? Which one?
Yeah, I think it's Ikari. Akara?
Ikari. Yeah, but
like that. It's really hard
he chose his sensei, and he's like, you know, oh, somebody actually cares about me type shit instead of like going after the baddie.
Yeah, he
and
thought of him as of a brother.
1.
So
yeah, so that was cool. And then the first arc with Zabutsu and what the hell, Haku. Yes, that was very cool. Other than filler. I mean, you realized that, like, holy shit, they were doing especially now, it's like they were doing the Dragon Ball Z type shit, where it's like, we're going to show you a bunch of stuff from last episode, we're going to do a couple of the same scenes, and then you're going to get maybe 15 minutes of content.
Pretty much every opening, you can skip, like, 2 minutes, because it's the shit you just saw in the last episode, you know, fair enough.
And I appreciate it that way, where they did do it in the beginning, so it was like, all right, we'll get past this, I don't have to fucking wade through a bunch of shit. But anyway, so yeah, watching them all be fucking ninjas and shit. That was cool. I really liked watching the fight between Zabutsu and Naruto and Sasuke when they did the shuriken.
Yeah.
When they did the what the fuck was it? Naruto transformed into a shuriken. Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, then he threw the shuriken past him, and then he uncloned, he unsheathed himself and threw the knives from behind him. Like, it was like a double combination. It was pretty slick.
That was super cool. I was wicked hyped. I kind of wish it would have ended after that. I do remember feeling like that was a better endpoint than where they ended up. Because as the fight went on, I wasn't super thrilled. You know, this is the first time Naruto has his "I'm the nine-tailed fox, I can't lose."
That trope will happen a lot, though.
Yeah, and I appreciate how they kind of make it known, and they're kind of self-aware about it later on. So that's cool.
Right.
But I wasn't super thrilled. I wish it would have ended with the Zabutsu. But, you know, Haku and everything, it started the tragic Naruto villain. So there was like,
but it wasn't. Those were good villains, though, for sure.
Well, yeah, no, they were good. They were good. Make no mistake about it. But like, they were tragic. Like, their backstory was goddamn awful.
Right.
So, you know, and that's a trope. And Naruto definitely, all the tropes that you hear about Naruto, they get right into them in the beginning. It's not done poorly by, you know, I wouldn't say it's a bad show or done bad, but they definitely, they trope it.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, some of them are like kind of Naruto-specific tropes, not just shonen tropes themselves. But, you know, anyway. So moving on. The training arcs were fine. Watching, I think this might have even been before that, but watching Naruto, Sasuke, and everybody run up the tree.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Yeah, no, I think that was in between the mission, I believe, the bridge mission or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was nice. You got to see the real resolve. I thought it showcased the resolve of Naruto, and it showcased the rivalry between Sasuke and Naruto.
But you can also see a little bit of a friendship where they helped each other back to the camp after they went all out training. Like Sasuke was holding Naruto and like giving him a hand.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
That it's a true like friendly rivalry for the most part. Like they want to see each other grow, but they also want to be better than the other one.
Right.
You never want to be second best.
Nope. If you ain't first, you're last.
So that did a good job of showcasing that, and it also showcased, Sakura is pretty good at like the basics of chakra.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's
the best actually at chakra control out of the three.
That is true, and as useless as she may be throughout the series, that is one thing you have to tip your hat to her, is she from a novice level, was really good at just the basics of chakra. It's like your dad out in the backyard playing basketball with you or whatever, and he's just shooting that straight jump shot, no fanciness
Got no
to
drill.
it.
He can't dribble.
All fundamentals.
Yeah.
And he gets the job done. Except Sakura doesn't really do much. Anywho, I don't want to beat that shit into the ground.
It's all right.
Fuck. Where the hell did it go from there?
Well, I mean,
Tuning
after
exams.
you got to the tuning exams, that was a big one.
Yee. I'm kind of taking the reins on this one, but JD, you made me watch this. Do you have any questions?
Well, yeah, I was letting you
kind
of go into it, but like the tuning exams, I was going to say, did you enjoy more of like them having to do like when they went out into the woods and they had to like survive and get to a certain point through the tuning exam, or did you like it more when it was the one-on-ones?
I preferred the one-on-one fights.
Okay, that's exactly what I liked. You know, it's like a tournament style without it being a tournament style.
Yep. The Forest of Death was fine. It wasn't bad.
Yep.
I thought the sound ninjas were kind of not scary.
Yeah, but you got to see the whole thing go down with Orochimaru and Sasuke with the...
And that was cool.
Yeah.
But like as far as the sound ninjas went, they all kind of reminded me of like your friendly neighborhood crackhead. Am I wrong? Like they all were like skinny and lanky and like all were like fucking
I'm not gonna
wearing,
lie,
like,
you
clothes
later
that didn't fit them and
you
shit.
find one of them is Orochimaru, and they killed the some of the people, but I found him to be terrifying when I first saw him, and in that person's face and using the outfit, like it was kind of creepy, the eyes and shit.
Fair enough.
Um,
But yeah, they just didn't stand out to me other than like they looked like your ragtag group of villains, you know?
yeah, they're supposed
Like,
to be the
alright,
bad
we're
guys, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to beat them down at some point. They're obviously bad, even though they're just here to take the exams or whatever. But, I mean, it was fine for getting Orochimaru in there. That was cool.
Oh, for sure. And then basically it gets to the one-on-ones and stuff like that, and you got to see more of like the big fights that, you know, everyone talks about, Rock Lee versus Gaara.
Sick.
And I was going to say, what did you think about that fight? Everything you thought it would kind of be?
I mean, obviously it was overhyped. It's been talked about to such a high degree that
You knew about it before you even watched it, so.
yeah, and there was no doubt that it would have been overhyped no matter how good it is. I mean, nothing can live up to the way some people have talked about it as just the greatest thing to ever exist. It was good, though. It was really good, especially the fact that Rock Lee is who he is. That's the important part about that fight, because I'll bring it over to, and JD, I was mentioning this to you, but the Sasuke and Gaara fight was probably just as visually thrilling. It wasn't as long, there wasn't as much to it, but at least what we saw, it was as exciting as what we saw when we saw Rock Lee fight. But the fact that Rock Lee didn't have the help of the fucking Sharingan, and he was still waxing the fuck out of Gaara. Right.
He's just all taijutsu, hands down. I mean, what else can you say about it? Like, that boy is pure determination, so.
Oh, he's amazing. Rock Lee's probably my favorite character in Naruto so far.
I'm just saying.
I love Shikamaru. Shikamaru's dope, but Rock Lee's way more endearing. I relate to Shikamaru though, dude. We'll get into him in a little bit.
Damn right. I've told you that is you in a nutshell.
But no lie, everybody talks about what the hell? They're dropping the weights. Dropping the weights of Rock Lee was really cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But why is no one talking about when he went Gate 5 and started to really wax fucking
That was
Gaara,
my
man?
favorite
Like,
part, when the music's playing
part.
and he's fucking
Yes.
red as shit and he's just like fucking got the aura all around him. It's like, bro.
He absolutely waxed Gaara, dude. Like, this fucking psychopathic killer edgy boy, and Rock Lee's coming in here like, I work really hard and I can kick you in the face. And guess what he fucking did? Starts kicking him in the face and shit. Oh, man.
He cracked all of Gaara's armor, but it just wasn't enough, bud.
Yeah, like, dropping the weights was really cool, because that's when you could realize that, okay, Lee can hang with Gaara. So I get that. But when he went fifth gate, that was the ultimate hype moment in the first round of the Chunin. Well, not the first round, but the first part of the third round of the Chunin exams.
Yeah.
That also fucked me up. I was very confused. I was like, well, why? This is the prelims to the third round? I was convinced this was the third round from the outside. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
the normal fights. It's fine. It's whatever. It's like getting a number 1 seed in football, whatever.
Yeah, they had to get you like this isn't gonna go the way you planned it, stuff like that. So
yeah. So anyway, before we get out of the Chunin exams, because I got some relatively poor stuff to say about it. It just wasn't great. The next part, but
yeah.
So what other fights happened?
Well, then you got Hinata and Neji before the fight that we've kind of talked about with Naruto and Neji, but you know what happens in that
My
fight.
girl. Yeah, my girl. So I want to talk about that real quick. Hinata is a goddamn sweetheart. Obviously.
Don't touch her.
There was no fucking way that she could beat Neji, especially using the exact same style that he was using, but being a lesser fighter.
And I think that's why you didn't like Neji, because he was trying to prove that no matter how hard you try, you will not get better.
Neji's just a cock. Obviously, he has a tragic backstory, like everyone, so no worries there. But no, watching Hinata gain the strength from from Naruto, the person that she really looks up to, I guess. At this point, it would be looks up to.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, it would be, it's still looking up to, depending on the position. Ayo! Hey,
add that in later.
Shit. So yeah, watching Hinata push through, that was really cool. Give it her all, even though she was getting waxed. She was getting her ass whooped.
Yep.
But that didn't make me like Neji any better, because she's a very sweet girl. You definitely could have put her down, and every time it's like Neji, everybody's like, I think he's trying to kill her, and I'm like, you better not. I know you don't, but you better not.
I would say I think a worse fight to that though, I'm pretty sure, was the Sakura versus Ino fight.
Man, I didn't dislike the Hinata fight. That was probably my second favorite fight in that round.
It wasn't for me.
No, I get you. But I just like watching Hinata, it was kind of a cool bar moment.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm getting my ass whooped, but I am still standing and I am still fighting back, even though I'm getting my ass whooped.
Right.
So, that was cool. Again, it wasn't like visually a visual spectacle, but I like Hinata, and that showcased her personality in a really good way.
Right.
So, cool for me. I was down.
And
but Sakura and Ino?
Which ones? Oh yeah, Sasuke got into a fight with one of the people from the Sound Village, right?
Yes, but let me touch on you brought up Sakura and Ino.
Okay, Sakura and Ino, I got you. Yep.
And flashbacks the fight.
Flashbacks the fight.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
It was flashbacks, and I think Ino possessed Sakura with her chakra or some shit, but Sakura didn't let it happen, but they both lost. It was all I didn't give it, honestly, because of all the backstory that was shoved in my face that I had already seen. It was just kind of expanding on it was essentially expanding on, I like Sasuke, but I like Sasuke.
Yeah.
And then it was but they were such good friends before. And it was like, okay, then why are you getting all butthurt about this dude? Just get the fuck over it. He doesn't like any of you. Even after he wifes you, he doesn't like you. Shit. I don't know what to tell you, girl.
And I think it was misconstrued. I didn't say I disliked the Hinata Neji. I meant that I found the Ino Sakura fight the worst. So that's
yeah.
What I
But
meant.
what? Okay. Well, what you said. Don't fuck with me. What you said was something along the lines of speaking of bad fights, or not as bad as, painting it in bad light.
Oh.
Don't talk about Hinata poorly. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I'm not doing anything.
You talk shit about Neji, I don't care. And I know he's beloved in the community by some people, but right now, fuck him. All right, I don't give a fuck. Hinata, my girl. That's all I have to say about Vietnam.
Claimed.
That's all I have to say about the war in Vietnam. So moving on, Sakura Ino, pretty bad. Found myself on my phone and skipping 10 seconds at a time on the Crunchyroll app.
Yep.
Yep. So that was fun. The next one, though, Sasuke and Sound Village.
Sound Village, yeah, that's all we care about.
Why don't I remember that one?
It's because
I remember them fighting. I just don't remember anything that happened.
I think he was trying to fight without the curse mark. He was holding it back because he wants to show that he can do it without it. But he ended up having to use his curse mark, and I think it literally wiped him out. He was exhausted, and that's when you find later on Kakashi trying to seal the curse mark.
Yeah, I do remember that, but I do feel... See, and that's the why I didn't like the Sound Village guys even going on, as they were like, hey, we're super powerful, we can really, really hurt you, but they all got waxed once they found out, one weakness about them. It's oh shit, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I don't remember Sasuke after he was like, fuck, this guy might kill me for a minute. I remember him waxing him relatively quickly.
No, he did. I was going to say, and it's pretty much to show, like, I'm not saying Rock Lee, but it was trying to pit that you could already tell from the beginning, like you said, they were trying to pit the whole Gaara versus Sasuke, and Naruto was even saying, hey, I'm important too. Like, it was trying to put them in the limelight that this is the matchup that they're waiting for. They both want to face each other.
Yeah.
So they tried to show that, like, both Gaara and Sasuke are going to get to the end. Like, they're going to win.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they were the obvious favorites, but it did show that, like, other people are going to persevere and shit. So
exactly, and that's why I do like that. And I told you from the outside looking in, when I was first heard of Naruto and I'd catch little glimpses, on Toonami or whatever like that, I would look and be like, yo, I would pick Sasuke. Like, he looks cool. I looked at Gaara. I'm like, yo, that guy looks badass. And now sitting and watching, I started realizing I like all the other characters more.
We're also older, and, again, if you like edgy boys, that's fine.
I do like edgy boys, as you know.
But if you're 35 and you like edgy boys, that's fine. But I know, like, as everybody, as they grow up, they get less and less edgy. Even, like, metal fucking frontmen, like D. Snyder or whatever from Twisted Sister, he's, like, he's so chill now. And he's just like, look, man, I just don't want to rebel anymore. And you find that with, like, old, like, rockers and punk guys a lot of the times. They're just kind of, like, just chill old dudes because they're like, whatever, man, we had our time, we rebelled.
Yeah, we got past
We're just kind of tired of being pissed off all the time, whatever, it's cool, it's fine, you do you, it's fun. But, eventually it's just too much energy.
Right.
So yeah, that's where kind of I'm at with the edgy boys. I do like Sasuke, I get it, I like Gaara, I get it, but
I like the characters, but they used to be like my favorites. And you know this, like I even told you before I even watched it, I liked Sasuke a lot. And I mean, I still like him, but he's definitely not my favorite. So
yeah, you did play Sasuke when we role-played when we were kids.
Damn right.
But that meant I got to be Kakashi. So who really won now, JD?
You won.
I know it. But you got to be Goku,
and,
so that's cool, I guess.
That's right. I'm the strongest there is. So
I liked Gohan better anyway. If you ever wonder what kind of person or what kind of kid I was, I liked Gohan when I was a young man way more than Goku. So inferiority complex or some shit's going on there already. We're starting early, boys and girls. Damn. So anyway, next fight, because I honestly don't remember the Sasuke Sound Village guy fight, like, at all. Maybe it was because he was such an expendable bad guy.
It's all right. You don't have to break down each one and all that.
It's also been like 6 months, not since I've watched that part, but over like the past 6 months is when I've started Naruto.
Yeah, it's taken you a while. That's what I was saying. I was able to get through Naruto itself over Shippuden pretty fast, so it didn't take me as long.
You only watched that, though. You were strict to Naruto.
It's called commitment, and you need to learn it.
Well, for the most part, I do that. But now, we're podcasters now, and I feel like I want to get a taste of everything, so we can talk. I can at least mention that I know, like, something. Yeah. Like, if someone's talking about One Punch Man now, I can be like, hey, I watched the first season. Same thing with My Hero. I might not have seen the whole thing, but it's like, now I can kind of join in on the conversation. I got hagged out on the Anime Summit Discord. Not hagged out, but I got told that because I said My Hero was top tier animation by accident.
Yeah. I was
making a case
actually
for
reading
Black Clover.
it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna comment. And then I saw you starting to put in Black Clover. I'm like, oh, definitely not getting in this conversation.
Well, that's the thing. I was just trying to defend Black Clover, and I have a bad habit of grouping in Black Clover with My Hero
with everything
because it's just like, and we, everybody does that. They're
you
like,
want to know why Black Clover isn't that good? I'll tell you right now. Studio Perot.
Pretty much. So yeah, I made the mistake of saying that My Hero was top tier animation. It's good, but like, there's better animation out there. I was told. It's all good though. I went to say something else and I was like, you know what? I'm not ready to die on this hill. I made a mistake. I'm gonna eat the mistake.
Retreat. But either way, let's just say we get to the whole Sasuke Gaara fight, Neji Naruto fight, like getting to the ending of the.
Hold on, there's a couple more. Okay, I do want to touch on the other fights real quick. Just elevator pitch.
Okay, elevator pitch.
Naruto versus Akimaru.
Akimaru, yes.
Is that the guy's name or the dog's name? No, that's
the dog's name. It's
okay,
Kiba.
Who gives a shit about the guy?
Yeah. I told you I'd beat his ass. If he didn't have his dog, I'd beat him just by farting on him. Just know that.
And that's the problem. That was a really stupid fight. Naruto had no business losing that. You want to talk about like plot armor?
He didn't lose.
Just
he
to
won.
Be like, Okay, he had no business winning that. He had all the business losing that, is what I meant to say.
Well, guess what? The most unpredictable ninja. Know that.
Yeah, I guess, but like, Jesus, I don't know. Because you had to progress him in the plot and to make him actually beat
If you think about
this
it, man,
guy.
we've watched a lot of animes where fights
I
don't
know.
go just through, like, I punched him and I beat him that way. Like, he won in an actual unique way. I don't care what you say, bud. You can't give him that trope. That was actually genius.
No, I know. I just didn't like it.
I know.
Okay, say what you
I know
will
you
about
didn't
it.
like it, but you can't insult it by just because it didn't fit what you thought it would go in, you know?
I get.
Just
look,
think about that.
I'm just saying it was stupid. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, it was stupid.
You
but
could
it
have
was genius.
you could have had him at least like fight back a little bit, but there was no point in time where Naruto had the upper hand in that fight.
Pretty
Until
much
he
every
farted
one
him,
of those
dude.
fights, he never has the upper hand, even against Neji.
Yeah, but at least he comes out with some neato strategy and I don't know. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
And then the Shikimaru Sound Village Girl fight, in a word, fucking hilarious.
Tamara.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Again, expendable bad guys. Who cares? Shikimaru, though, dude, that was funny as hell. He was like, yeah, I got you. And she's like, well, what the fuck are you going to do about it? You can't, you move when I move.
Oh, wait, that's a different girl. That's right. That's not Tamara with the fans.
No. Poor Tenten, real quick. That's that's my thing on that. Poor Tenten. She got her ass whooped.
Yep.
And I haven't seen much of her since, so that's too bad.
You're not really gonna.
No, I didn't think I would. And she's a neat. I like her character design. She's a cute looking character. So that's too bad.
Yeah, the thing about Naruto, it definitely had the shonen trope where they made the female characters, most of them lackluster, and it sucks. It really does. But
Yeah, there are definitely some shonens that I've seen. Claymore, especially. If you're looking for a shonen with badass action and strong female characters, anybody out there, watch Claymore if you have not. It came out of Shonen Jump, so it's officially a shonen. Battle as hell, and all the characters are female except for like the bad guys.
yes.
Yeah, and it's sick, and they're fucking awesome. Like, damn, I would not fight a single Claymore, obviously, but like I wouldn't even like attempt to. I wouldn't talk shit or nothing. Yes, ma'am. Yes, please. But anyway, so the Shikimaru versus Sound Village Girl, that was dope. That's where you got to see Shikimaru was like, hey, I'm smart as fuck. Did you know that?
Yeah, and people had to tell people like what he scored on his test and shit.
Yeah, he's a super smart dude, but then he just like he fucking gets her and then he backs his head up or like leans back and knocks her out because she's shadow jutsu'd. It's like, yes, okay.
Because he's right near the wall. Yeah, it's incredible.
I see you. Okay. So moving on real quick, I want to touch on the training arc between Jiraiya and Naruto.
Yes, that's the little filler, right?
Yeah, I think it's manga canon.
It is,
because,
but it's filler in your eyes, I think.
Yeah, it feels like filler when I watched it.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. I mean, it was fine. I didn't think they needed, and this is a problem with a lot of shonens, especially the 99 to 2005 starters. You don't need to take one chapter of the manga and make it fucking 6, 7, 10 episodes.
That is true.
You don't need to do it. I have to imagine that I mean, I'm half a mind to make you go open the manga right now and tell me how long that took.
I can go get it.
I mean, most of it was just Jiraiya trying to look at boobies and Naruto yelling at him, and then Naruto having boobies.
Pervy Sage,
and then
man.
Jiraiya's
Pervy Sage.
like, yeah, look, dude, we all like, I don't care if we admit it or not, but we all like sexy jutsu. But damn, dude, like, take a break, all right? Either way, super perv, I don't care about that. That's whatever. But I just felt like it dragged.
Yeah.
At the end, seeing him summon, seeing him kind of, this is what I was talking about earlier about the Nine Tails, them kind of being aware of, like, when you're about to die, this shit comes out. And that gave it a little bit more merit. I was like, okay, at least you're talking about it, and it's not just like, it happens, I don't know what to tell you about it.
Yeah, you learn more about it as the show goes. They don't forget it, that's for sure.
Oh, no, I believe everything I've heard about it, the Nine Tails, Kurama, or whatever, is, like, throughout the whole show, a big fucking piece of it.
Yeah, I actually kind of like it by the end, to be honest. I actually didn't get upset. I actually enjoyed it, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But anyway, I just felt, in a word, dragged. I will say that, but it was fine. You know, you got to meet Jiraiya and all that shit. It was cool, whatever. So moving on to the back half of the third part of the Chunin exams. The goddamn mouthful that is.
There we go. Say that 3 times fast.
So before I start my goddamn rambling, JD, what do you want to ask me about this, or what fight do you want to start out?
Well, I mean, I kind of want to bring it down because you said it, and I told you it was going to be one of the worst fights ever. Did you enjoy the Neji Naruto fight? I think you've already talked about this, but how'd you enjoy it?
I believe I've talked about it on mic before.
Yeah. It's got that shonen trope, like you said, from One Punch Man, where it's like, would you like me to tell you my tragic backstory? No, please don't. And
that's JD. You have to watch that because
I'm gonna watch it eventually.
No, even just watch that scene. Even
I told you I was gonna watch One Punch
Man.
Man. I told you.
Fucking hilarious.
I already am laughing thinking about it. No, please don't.
The reason One Punch Man scene was so funny is because my mind instantly went back to the Neji Naruto fight, where Naruto's hagging him out for being a dick to Hinata.
Exactly.
And then Neji's like, well, I have a reason to be a dick to Hinata. And Naruto's like, you have a reason to be upset, but not a dick to Hinata. And, the whole fight was kind of Naruto getting waxed until... I've been saying that so much, and I apologize for anybody who it annoys. I fucking 8, 9, 10, whatever. Naruto pretty much was getting his ass whooped. At least he was fighting back, unlike the Kiba fight for the most part. So that was cool. But and then in the middle of it, Neji's just like, hold on, I gotta talk about my fucking shit real quick.
You're probably wondering why I have these scars.
I bet you're wondering why I've called you all here today. He looks up and says to the crowd. And not one person in the crowd. I don't believe that not one person would be like, kick him in the balls. Yeah. What are you doing?
I would.
Fight him.
Is this a fucking fight or a drama fucking show?
Exactly. I guess I can't say like a professional wrestling fan stereotype or something because, there's a lot of drama in professional wrestling. But, anywhoozy, it was just bad timing, whatever you want to call it. And then, it's like, what, 2 episodes? An episode and a half of Neji talking about his shit? And then I didn't even remember Neji putting the first hole that Naruto dug into.
That's how long it took.
I had looked down at my phone or something. I was not paying attention. It just wasn't resonating with me hard. It was like, what the fuck's going on? I don't care. I guess I'll look up when something, when Neji's not talking about his shit. Whatever. And then, it was creative. The Naruto bursting out of the fucking hole or whatever. The fingernails being all fucked up. It was like, all right, Naruto. I see you doing what it takes to win. But I don't remember what you did before that, so I'm sorry.
Fair enough, man. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't really all that great for me as well. And I like I told you, at least you're getting through some of them now because it doesn't get really much worse going forward. So you kind of hitting the bottom of the barrel in some of these, and that one was like one of them. So I'm glad.
Yeah, and make no mistake, if anybody thinks that, I don't hate Naruto. I don't dislike it. It's probably 7.5, 8. I mean, it's I can see it's probably better written than Dragon Ball Z. At least, from what I've seen, it seems a little tighter story-wise. But I've also seen the entirety of Dragon Ball Z, so who knows?
Right.
But yeah, no, it's fine. It's fun. I don't blame anybody for liking Naruto.
And
it's just not like it's not hitting that fucking home run for me,
And what do you think about this Shikamaru versus Tamara fight? Like, so the second part where you get to see his genius.
Yes, that was one of the ones I watched this week. So at this point, we're getting to fresh in my mind Naruto.
Yes.
So yes, the Shikamaru, Tamiri, whatever you said her name was,
yep.
Tamara. That was cool. Again, Naruto, fucking not Naruto, damn it. Shikamaru was kind of getting waxed, getting his ass beat, but he was being smart about it and, like, hiding just enough and, like, coming, again, you find out he's formulating a plan.
Yep.
And his plan was stupid good. Like, oh, holy fuck. Like, that was a real creative, like, you probably could have put that in a JoJo fight, and it would have fit.
I was thinking of, like, Hunter x Hunter shit, too, if you had the right person involved. Like
sure. You haven't watched JoJo's.
Shit.
Yeah, but you haven't watched JoJo's. JoJo's, like, the fights are like, let's see how crazy convoluted and big brainy we can get, against our enemy. And they just keep going like, ho ho, you thought, and it's like, ho ho, you thought. It's not so like. It's not so.
I was gonna say, it's just everyone countering each other. Ho ho, ho ho, ho ho.
But there's definitely a lot of like, haha, you fell into my trap, kind of. Ho ho, you fell into my trap, kind of. And that's definitely what it felt like with Shikamaru. He was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna die! Ah, you're whooping the shit out of me! Oh, haha, got you, bitch." That was really cool. Shikamaru is probably my second favorite so far. I jive with his attitude, man.
Yep.
There's just a lot of shit, especially with school. Thinking back to high school, it's just like I was good at tests when it was history and shit. I'd listen, I'd learn the stuff.
Right.
But I never did homework because it's like, what a bother. I already learned that stuff, but I got to write it down again. This is stupid.
Yeah, I'd rather just lay on a hammock, you know?
Yeah, you just want to chill, brother. It's like, now, I don't want to take my work home with me. Same idea. I want to finish my job and then go the fuck home and do whatever the fuck I want after that.
Right.
You know? Do me stuff. Shikamaru, you're my boy. We should hang out sometime. Call me, brother.
So
FaceTime,
you enjoyed
whatever.
that fight, and basically it gets to the big one, and that would be the Sasuke versus Gaara fight.
Yeah, is that all of them?
Pretty much I think it was only those three that were in the last fight. Because it doesn't really fully go to plan, as you know, because behind the scenes, what's going on is Orochimaru is decided to disguise and devise a plan.
Yes. So real quick, we'll talk about the fight, and then we'll talk about the Orochimaru big brain and everybody.
Big brain.
Sort of. Yeah. So the Sasuke Gaara fight was really fucking cool. Visually, really cool. I thought it was dope. Obviously, it didn't mean as much, like I said earlier, as the Rock Lee fight, but it looked fine.
And
it looked
Sasuke
just
got
as cool.
stronger. He practiced with Kakashi, learned the Chidori, which is very important.
Yes, the lightning blade. Obviously, I know a spoiler, so I'm excited to see him turn it Onyx and what that exactly entails.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jump Force. That's one thing you did for me. You gave me the Onyx Chidori, which is a pretty cool move. Wouldn't have known about it yet. Yeah. So that's cool. Knowing that he can, he's kind of becoming like Copy Ninja 2 right now, using Kakashi's Chidori and Lee's fucking Taijutsu style.
Yep.
Which I feel so bad for Lee. He's just watching it like, damn.
He already learned it?
And this boy can now he can move as fast as I can. Like, he even said it. He's like, straight up, he can move as fast as I can. And he's got the Sharingan. I'm never going to do anything.
Yep.
But eventually I know Lee's going to pick himself up because he's not that kind of man. He's a fighter. He's a winner.
He's going to show determination.
Yeah, so that was a cool fight. Watching Sasuke be the first one to actually, like, I guess not mortally, but come close to mortally injuring Gaara. Because Lee came close, but Gaara was still able to actually attack afterwards.
Yeah, because Gaara just had all of his armor cracked, but he technically never took any official damage. It's weird how Gaara works. It
was other than just like, if you're wearing a helmet and you get hit on the head, you still feel it through it, but it's not like he bled or anything crazy like that. His sand armor was good enough. But, watching that, and then I'm assuming it was the tailed beast that came out and attacked Sasuke.
Yes, it was. That was the one
everybody's
tail.
like, oh, what is that thing? What to do? And I'm kind of excited to see what actual, like, animal, because they all are real animals, right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot what he kind of is. He reminds me of a fucking weasel bat, but I think, a weasel bear. Like a bear, but also a weasel, because he's got the tail and shit like that. I've never really figured it out. All the other ones you can clearly kind of see, but to me, he just looks like a big bear-looking thing that has a weasel tail and face kind of looks like a weasel. I don't know.
Maybe it's some sort of like Nido bear that's found in like Asia or something. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
We should Google it. Anyway, so watching Sasuke fucking smack the shit out of Gaara was pretty cool. It's like, all right, edgy boy fight, here we go. Did hurt that Lee had to watch the whole goddamn thing, but it was a good fight, and it wasn't drawn out and super long. It was like within an episode or two. It's like, all right, we got it done with. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciates that about you.
And then the last thing to talk about is the big brain.
Big brain. Or just kind of disguising and nobody going like, we should double check these on.
Yeah, because essentially the exam didn't get to finish. It didn't go according to plan.
No, because these were the first rounds, technically, of the third. Or does everybody get, if you win, you get to become a Chunin?
Something like that. To be honest, I never figured out because it's been a while for me too. I just know that it got stopped and they never really resumed because of everything that went on, because the whole Leaf Village basically gets under attack. So
anyway, so it was Orochimaru that genjutsu'd everyone?
I believe.
Was he the one? Or no, Orochimaru was he was the Kazekage.
Yeah, he was acting as the Kazekage. He infiltrated
And
as
I'd
him.
assume it was, because I don't think he ever revealed his face, but I would assume it was Kabuto who did the little feather thing that put everybody to sleep.
Yeah, he did something. It definitely wasn't like a genjutsu through like the Sharingan. It wasn't any of that shit.
No, it was like a legitimate, like, crowd-sized genjutsu done by one of the guys pretending to be an Anbu Black Ops.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a twist. You kind of saw it coming, though. Well, you should have seen something coming, but you should have expected it more from the Sand Village.
Yeah, and technically, I think at that point the Sand Village was also like betrayed by Orochimaru. Like they were in on the plan, but they got betrayed as well. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think they've been betrayed yet. I'm not sure.
Sorry.
At least not where I'm at. Well, I'm not. I mean, there's definitely hintings. I know Orochimaru has been like, he pretty much told the. I think he might have told the Hokage, the third Hokage, like, yeah, no, I pretty much got you all here so I could murder a bunch of you, or some shit like that. But I know he wants to destroy the Leaf Village, so I still think he might, for the most part, be in cahoots and, like, let the Sand Village guys do as much damage as they can before he's like, yeah, I'm gonna murder them, because that's what I do, and then I'm gonna swap faces with you.
Yeah.
It rhymed. It was fun. Cool. But, so... Shit, I gotta say it. The best part, it made me laugh out fucking loud when my man Shikimaru got woken up from the genjutsu, but not really, because the boy was just having a nap. He's like, oh, everybody else falling asleep? I don't want to do nothing.
So I'm gonna fall asleep.
It's fucking great, man. Oh, I respect that man.
I tell you, he's one of my favorites. I always liked him. He doesn't get enough love.
No, that was fucking hilarious. Shit, and so the last thing I saw was the fucking first and second Hokage. They are about to fight the third Hokage, or their corpses reanimated, whatever Orochimaru does. They're about to fight the third Hokage.
So technically, now that I'm thinking about it, you're not in the Sasuke retrieval arc yet.
The last thing I saw was Kakashi telling Sakura, fucking Shikimaru and Naruto to go and retrieve Sasuke. And they were running through the woods
the last
scene of the last episode.
They're technically going to protect him because as much as he thinks he can take Gaara has the, a tail
Wait, that's
beast.
not the Sasuke retrieval arc?
No.
They literally say you have to go retrieve Sasuke.
Yeah, it's to save him from, like, not going one-on-one and dying, because pretty much
How many times does this boy leave his friends and family? What the fuck?
He's technically not
Why
leaving
do
his
we
friends and
accept
family.
this?
He's going to take down Gaara.
And I don't get it. Like, why did the sickly fucking ninja be like, hey, go kill him? And then Kakashi's immediately like, he ran off on his own. I don't know. Maybe he
shouldn't
didn't
be
see
doing
it, but
that.
why?
Yeah.
But why do they see it as two completely different things? If
I think Kakashi
doesn't-
deep down cares because that's also his student.
Well, he does, but I mean, he just let Gaara and I don't know. I guess maybe it's because of the shit that they're walking into.
Yeah, but I'm sorry to say, man. Right now, you're in like the Leaf Village attack arc. Like they're getting attacked.
Okay.
You're not in the
My
Sasuke
bad.
retrieval. Is like
Apologize.
the ending of the show. Like when it.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Okay, my apologies, everybody. I didn't mean to lead you on there, if that's what I did.
That's why I was
Fuck,
listening.
I
I'm like,
am
man, he hasn't gone
misogynistic as
anywhere
fuck.
close to Sasuke yet. I'm like, we've already gone like 50 minutes in this bitch.
Okay, so I'm at the end of the fucking Chunin exams, all right?
You pretty much finished the tuning exams. You're now in the
cool.
whole attack on the village.
Cool. That's where I'm at. My apologies. I'm fucking stupid.
It's okay. You're my stupid.
Anyway, so I'm actually enjoying where it's headed now. I wasn't enjoying watching Naruto like a whole lot, but watching the end of the Chunins and seeing them run off to fucking hopefully retrieve Sasuke, even though it's not the arc for that.
Part 1.
They're still gonna get him. Whatever. Fuck them. Yeah, it's good. I'm pretty pumped. Like I said, 7.5, I would say.
Almost
Not
8
quite
worthy.
an 8 yet.
Almost.
Not quite an 8 yet, but it's getting there. Because before the end of the Chunins, if you would have asked me before I started to rewatch it, I would have been like, probably a 7. I mean, it's fine, but the enjoyment really wasn't there. But then seeing some of those, the Shikimaru fight and stuff, I was like, okay, I can jive with this. This is cool. I'm gonna give you an extra 5, and we'll see how it lasts.
Right, I got you.
Anything you want to ask me before we get off of Naruto?
I'm sorry, I had to clear my throat twice there. But
No worries.
I think we're good. You've got everything covered. And we cleared it up that it's not the Sasuke retrieval arc. I'm getting everything you said. The Hokage showed up, so you're in for a pretty good fight there. Everything's gonna be good. I think we'll just keep it updated on the next episode on how you're doing, and we'll move on from there.
Yeah. So it's time.
It's time.
Oh, I've waited.
This is
gonna
be a moment
for this.
Hey, who knows? All right, add the drums.
Is that still the Naruto
yeah,
music?
I don't have any Gurren Lagann music. I just added in real quick to build up the suspense. Anyway.
Sure, all right.
So I watched the first 8 episodes of Gurren Lagann. Do you want me to go into it, or do you want to ask questions?
Before, I want to ask a question before you get into it.
Oh, boy.
Before you watched Gurren Lagann,
Yes.
I guess put my overhyping aside slightly.
You definitely,
you can count that as general overhype, but not like, you killed it for me, bro. But before you watched it, what were your overall, what were you expecting when you went in?
I was expecting a Gundam-style anime with a lot of more of the newer quirks, like the funny kind of, because a lot of newer anime has gotten better with their dialogue and quirkiness, so I knew it would have good of that, but it would still have the Gundam-like feel and shit like that. If that's making any sense. So it's going to be like old Gundam, I remember, but they're going to add the personality to the actual characters a little bit better and make the dialogue and the quirkiness and actually probably make it funny. It's probably going to be fun and a good adventure, but it's still going to have the Gundam-like tropiness that I know of when it comes to mechs.
Okay. That's fair. And after watching it, first 8 episodes, what are your thoughts now?
The first 7 episodes were going the exact way I thought it would, and then episode 8 happened, and I was like, okay, now you have my attention. So boom, that's the short elevator pitch right there for how it went for me.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you another question. Let's say you started episode 1 without being forced to watch it. Would you have continued it just to see where it went, or where would you have dropped the show at any point?
I see, I was saying, the first 7 episodes, like you were saying, it was a 7 for me. It was fine. To be honest, as much as I'm not a fan of mechas, I actually were into the characters already pretty well. I already like the story. I wrote down the whole idea that these guys were stuck in an underneath village. They've never really seen the surface, except for Kamina, I believe.
Yes, he saw it once with his poppy.
Yeah, and
when he was
a lot of stories have already come out about this. Like Fallout, the game, is about people being trapped underground and never seeing the outside. But I like the idea. I really do like it, and that you get to meet your main character Simone digging. That's his job, and so I do like it, and I like the premise of it. So I definitely would have kept giving it a shot, even if you never told me about it. It would have been past the 4 episodes, but it was good enough where I was going to still watch it, because it's a 7 for me. It was definitely not bad.
Cool. No, I'm actually super happy to hear you say that. I thought you were going to be a little upset with how kind of goofy it was early on.
It was goofy, and
it's
some
super
parts
goofy.
made me
there
laugh.
There are no rules.
But, there are no rules, and one thing I got to say is, and I'm going to come out and say it, especially at the beginning so far, all the mechas look stupid.
They're fucking ridiculous. They're not like the cool Gundam, slick-looking ones.
Yeah, even Gundam, I'm like, all right, it's kind of badass shit. All this shit it just looked dumb, and I'm like, oh my god.
They're just goofy. They got the big face in the middle of the fucking
all I'm thinking is, Earthworm likes this,
because
because it's like JoJo in fucking space, and it's I don't know.
It's fucking silly. Yeah, you're right. I was like, wow, those are stupid mech designs when I first started watching.
He's literally operating just a head, and I was like, what is this? And then he has to drill into him. It's not even technically a morphing. He just drills into his buddy's fucking mech, and that merges it because of willpower. I don't fucking know. What the fuck?
Yeah, fighting spirit.
Dude, I'm just this doesn't make any sense. So I mean, it was funny and it was quirky, and I'm like, all right, they're not taking themselves seriously, but also I'm like, what the fuck? I thought we were trying to take this seriously. I don't know.
Remember, the one thing I told you, the one thing I drilled into your head is that
literally drilled.
There are no rules. It's this is all fucking this is all ridiculous. The one rule is that anything is possible in Gurren Lagann. And that's why I'm okay. Personally, I'm okay with, Simone and Kamina being able to beat the shit out of all these crazy mechs and be able to take on the commander. I'm okay with that because it doesn't establish any hardcore rules early. In the beginning, it's like, if you can will it, you can do it.
See, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to say, like, dude, we talk about these, like, the main characters always prevailing. And like you said, My Hero, people coming to save the day and, like, out of nowhere, like, oh, my God, he's about to beat me. And then something happened. Like, this show was showing that right out the get-go. And I was like, okay, you can't say that, but yet, like, this shit, just because there's no rules, it's like, I kind of like some kind of rule.
I completely understand with you, and I'm right there for the most part. Like, I love Hunter x Hunter's fucking Nen power system because it's so tight and locked down. But Gurren Lagann, with having no rules, it didn't feel like my problem with the Dragon Ball Z power scaling, the power creep that just kept coming is
they established something and then they just kind of forgot about it and they went with it.
Yes. You established a ceiling, essentially, and then you kept breaking through that ceiling. What Gurren Lagann does, and what I appreciate about it, is it's like there is no ceiling from the start. As soon as they break through and get to the surface...
In the first episode, yeah.
Yes, and that's kind of like a symbolic thing. I know I don't get super into like symbolism with shows, but that's a super symbolic part of Gurren Lagann, is once they finally break that initial surface... The sky is their limits are endless.
Yeah,
you can
and
go
Kamina
into
says we're
the edges
eventually
of the
going to go
universe.
to the moon. We're going to go up even further. Like, he already has the aspirations to do that. So I can
use your drill and drill through the heavens. Break through the heavens with your drill, and that is what the show is about.
It's also a shonen thing. That's like every shonen is trying to say is you can break through your barriers. There is nothing that can stop you. It's just your own self.
This one just likes to be less kind of subverted about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, this mecha is going to kick the shit out of this mecha because both these guys fucking wanted it.
Because I'm going to use my shades as blades.
Yes, I love that.
So
the epic move.
Exactly.
I don't even fucking... I need to rewatch... it, but I have so much new stuff that I need to watch that I've been forcing myself to not watch Gurren Lagann like once a week.
And I've also remembered most of the characters. I've been starting to see this time while I was watching it, since this is forced recommendations, I wrote down little bullet points to like criticize, but also give props, blah blah blah. About the show. Like, you kind of had to just wing it for Naruto, but you have a lot more to deal with, so I have more time.
I always just wing it.
I understand. I'm a prepared man.
I'm off the cuff, man.
Yeah, I'm a prepared man.
That's true. That's where we differ. We're the odd couple.
But no, from the get-go, like I said, it was steady for me. It kept my intrigue and stuff like that. It definitely had a lot going for it. I will say, goddamn, there's a lot of fan service in this. Like, holy shit.
There's a lot of titty
No
jiggle.
wonder why you like this one. And Animac.
See, this was before.
Shout out to Animac. You are a crazy bastard, because you are literally just trying to stare at boobs.
Yeah, shout out to YouTuber Animac. You hear this? Come on the show, brother. You got an open invitation. Gurren Lagann is also one of my favorite animes too, as you can tell.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Then funny story though. This is before I really started to enjoy fan service. This was one of the first animes I started watching.
What did Kelly think about it?
See, that's the thing though. I was afraid to watch it in the same room as her, unless I was on the laptop.
No, this is what you like.
Yeah, exactly. I had no idea how she felt about like the weird underbelly of anime. Luckily, she is completely accepting of it. We actually, before some little something, we watched a little High School DxD because nipples.
Damn, yeah.
And I didn't want to watch anything serious, so I was like, fuck it, we'll put this on. It's got boobs in it. I like 2D girls. Let's check it out. And she was completely fine with it. She is my angel.
Well, there you go.
She don't listen, so she won't hear this. Because she doesn't love me. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, it's definitely fan service heavy. Like, I kind of was at some points like, all right, boys. Like, I know some people were like, you even said some things about Sword Art Online. I'm like, this takes the cake. So
yeah, 100%. Sword Art Online was more the camera angles. It wasn't even just.
But they
like,
did
check
it in
out
this show too.
Jiggle.
Like, Yoko's like climbing, and it's just looking at her ass shot the whole way going up. I'm like, okay, you had to put the camera there. You had to put the camera.
At least Yoko had a straight up booty, okay? And then it was just like, hey, this girl's not wearing like a skimpy outfit, but we're going to show her booty anyway. I don't know. Yeah. I guess you can appreciate either.
No, I was fine. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's there.
Yeah, and again, I watched Sword Art Online before I watched Gurren Lagann, so I was like one of those icky, like, ooh, fan service is icky. I can't like 2D girls, and then the more anime I watched, I was like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, there are no rules. These chicks are hot, and you don't have to worry about really making anybody jealous because they're fucking drawings, man. It's great, best of both worlds. Cue the Hannah Montana.
All right. Never mind. But basically, I will put some more facts. 'Cause I got bullet points. I will say, Kamina is hilarious. I do enjoy the guy. I did make note to put down the gun scene. I don't know if you remember it, but basically,
exactly what happened? I know I'll remember it when you say it.
Well, basically, Yoko hands him, I think, a little pistol, or someone does. Or maybe it was from the Black Siblings gang, because they meet the Black Siblings.
I think you might have been right. I think it was Yoko after everybody from Littner Village.
Exactly, because you got to defend yourself. He'd been using a big samurai sword, which I fucking love. And
real quick, do you remember the scene?
Yes, where he's unsheathing and it's still going. I'm like, what the fuck?
Never stops.
Yes, and that's what I mean with Kamina. A lot of those scenes, he did steal the show because he gets the pistol and he points it at the guy and it's literally upside down. He's pointing it upside down and he's like, don't move. And then he's like, how do you shoot this thing?
Because he's never seen a gun before.
No, he hasn't. And he's still trying to use it and all that stuff. And I think it doesn't work. So he's like, take it back. It doesn't work. And it's
either that or he throws it at the guy or something.
I don't remember. I just remember that how he was holding the gun. He couldn't use the gun. He was trying to cock the gun, a bunch of these things. I don't know. It was just a gun scene. I'm not remembering exactly, but I remember he had it upside down. It was just a moment. And the sword scene. He's had a lot of those scenes where, yes, and he did steal the show. And I will give that a positive. They did a really good idea getting people fixated on him early.
Yeah, Kamina is charisma incarnate. He is the ultimate charismatic man.
And
he's willing.
I am a heavy guy for foreshadowing. I like it in stories. I like it in a lot of things. I don't know if it's foreshadowing, but a lot of things that happen, like I'm going to bring it up, but like Avengers, where Tony Stark from the get-go knew about everything that was happening. And then in the end, he's the one that snaps his finger and protects the whole entire world. Shit like that. Like foreshadowing from the beginning, they mentioned he's pretty much going to be the one that saves the day, right? And with Kamina, early on, from the get-go, because of his mentality, always standing up in the front, like taking on anyone, never backing down, pretty much having the drive, Yoko says, and I don't know if you remember this, that your way of like living and your energy and how you perceive and how you go into fights and stuff like that is going to get you killed pretty early on.
I remember that.
And he said no matter what, he's still going to do it with his head held high and all this shit like that. And what happened? He died pretty fucking early. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, no, we'll get into that.
So I'm just saying I appreciate the foreshadowing. It was like the second episode it was mentioned, and then look what happened. So
Yep. Now, I don't know if this stuck out to you at all, but one of my favorite parts about Gurren Lagann, at least the early part of Gurren Lagann, is when you find out the story of when Kamina and Simone were both trapped in the cave-in, remember?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you hear it from both their perspectives. And Simone's like, without Kamina being there and egging us on and telling us what to do, we never would have made it. But then you hear it from Kamina's perspective. Have you heard that yet from Kamina's perspective?
I don't know if I remember. It could have been a flashback, but all I know is that most of the time Kamina would say that, I believe in you, so you believe in me, and talk about that whole thing. No matter what, I'm always going to be there to, inspire you or pump you up or stuff like that. So he said a lot of those moments, so I don't know if I missed
either way. It might be a small spoiler for you, but whatever. I'm going to say it anyway. So Kamina says,
say it anyway.
Even if it's in a flashback, Kamina says, I would have never, without Simone continuing to dig, I would have never had the courage to continue to have the high spirits I did. And you realize that it's not necessarily one or the other that was the hero. Kamina wouldn't have been who Kamina was. He wouldn't have been able to do what he did without Simone, and just
vice
like
versa.
Simone
they basically
needed
said
Kamina's...
that the whole time. They both drew off each other.
That's why, I definitely see a lot of resemblance to me and you, I don't see myself as necessarily the best, but I look at you and I don't know if look up to is the right word, but it's like, you got your stuff together, man. And then you do the same thing. You're like, you'll look at me sometimes and be like, wow, you've been through a lot, and I couldn't have gone through what you went through. We're both endearing to each other, and we both keep each other going type shit.
Are you saying that I'm your Kamina?
Yes. Except, well, please don't die.
No,
Not in a mech fight, at least.
I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like I have some balls and I can do some daring shit, but I don't think I could stand in front of a mecha with just a sword and be like, "Come on, fucking face me." So I don't.
Well, no. Like I said, Kamina is charisma to the extreme.
Yes, I don't even have that much charisma.
Definitely. Anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Well, basically, before we get to the Resistance, what made me change things, I basically like a lot of the characters. Like I said, the reason why the first, 7 episodes were fine to me, even though I wasn't into the mechas. To me, the fights were not really what I kind of enjoyed. They were lackluster to me. The whole they make the Gurren Lagann and do the form like they did in Gundam. It's like that's not my thing. So I was like, oh, this is cool. Fight ended pretty quickly. They did some kind of the drills come out of nowhere. It's all the crazy shit.
It's usually some goofy stuff, the fastball special or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
But I actually enjoyed more of Simone and Kamina, the Yoko, and then even that guy Ron, the guy.
Lee Ron is awesome. I fucking love Lee Ron, dude.
The boy that's doing all the work to the mechas, Gurren and Lagann and stuff like that.
Yeah, the mechanic. Without him, they'd be nowhere.
Pretty much every
so
time
you let
they
him
merge,
make you as uncomfortable as he wants.
And this is where I'm confused. They merge and they make their combinations, yet when they combine, everything gets fixed and they get all souped up. But as soon as they dismerge from each other and break up, all the damage that was done is there again.
Yep.
And that's confusing as fuck to me. I don't get that. I really don't get it.
Can I spoil a little in-universe stuff for you, or do you want to wait?
Well, I mean, if it's gonna explain it, I can try to learn it on my own, and that's fine.
I mean, if
they
does,
don't, then yeah,
they don't sit down and Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc explain it to you. But there is a mention about how it's something special about Lagann.
Yeah, because I know if Simone isn't in his right mindset and he's not 100% into what he's doing, he can't take control of other mechas or do whatever. But it's okay, so it's just this guy, or is it the mecha that he's using that relies on him?
It's specifically, so it's a combination of I will say the mech he is using is a very special mech. It is not your average, everyday Gurren Lagann walking around face man mech. This is a very special mech.
That can merge
so
to
keep
anything.
in mind. Yeah, it's this mech kind of is the reason that the rules can kind of get broken as much. And you learn more about the universe. The universe expands as you get into the show, and you learn more about Lagann and kind of its origins.
Right.
So yeah, I feel that. There's definitely, Gurren Lagann they don't fucking worry about, for the most part, they're more we're going to put out a great show. We're going to put some symbolism and some themes behind it. But as far as the real nuts and bolts of it, we just want you to enjoy it. Don't spend a billion hours breaking down why the mech looked perfect after this fight, but not after this one. They don't worry about that shit.
No, I just wanted to make sure I brought it up that I'm not used to it. And like you said, the show is going to show that there's really no rules, yet obviously there's people that die. There's still actions and consequences. So in a way, I want to be grounded a little bit. So that's why I had to ask these questions, because it does take you away from it for a minute.
No, that's completely understandable. I guess as far as the power system goes, especially as far as the fights and stuff, that's where there are more no rules. But again, like you said, people can die, and when they're dead, they're dead.
Yep. And one thing before the end that I will give a shout out that I did enjoy episode 5, which it's only one episode, but it's where you get to meet more characters like Russo, I think his name is.
Oh, Rossiu.
And Rossiu, and then the 2 children that get outcasted from their village, because the whole episode shows that there's a village that can only sustain 50 people, and they have to draw essentially straws, and whoever gets the unlucky one gets exiled from the village. I liked it. I could see where you could see the perspectives of both sides, who the fuck would do that, but then this other guy pretty much cannot sustain any more than 50 people. He has to keep it controlled and populated. I actually liked that perspective, and that's what I mean. That it did at the end, but it barely had any mechs involved, and I enjoyed that much more.
Yeah, I feel that. That was a good episode, and you'll realize that episode, you want to talk about foreshadowing? That episode, there's a lot of things that come back around in that episode.
I could see, probably. I can understand that.
Definitely. But yeah, the little kids, what's it, Dari and...
Those are the only 2 people I haven't written down their names, so I forgot their names.
They they're fucking cool, man. There's some endearing
Yeah, they
ass
lost
kids.
their parents and shit like that, so it
Mhm.
sucks. But I'm just glad they're with everybody else. So
Well, and it's heartbreaking too, because you find out like the leader of that commune or whatever did that on purpose.
yep, because he knew that
because they had no family.
yeah.
It was like, this is gonna hurt the least amount of people, as shitty as it is, and it's kind of, it shows you that, you know, even though this is a super fun anime, it's like they're also in a post-apocalyptic world where nobody can really find food and shit. So
Yeah, things are limited. People need to stop fucking over here.
yeah, as fun as this anime is, it's also in a very dark setting, and they kind of take you away from that with the bright colors and the crazy mech fights.
Yeah, and the comedy.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of comedy.
And the
It's
music
funny.
is pretty badass. I will admit, when they do merge and do all the fights, they do play some heavy music in the background, and I give props to that. I do dig it. I was gonna say that.
Oh, you don't know nothing about music hype. It's
Yeah,
it's early.
it's
but
shredding. It's already shredding. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah, it's fucking sick. The music in this, they time it out well. The soundtrack is done, I'd say, perfectly. But maybe that's just because I'm a fanboy.
Yeah, I was gonna say the opening song. It's not anything spectacular. I listened to it once and then I skipped it.
fucking
from then
amazing.
on. I don't know. we have different perspectives because I do like the Haikyuu opener, but then that's your favorite, and I think there's better ones as you go on. So it's like we're different on some aspects. So I feel you.
No, I'll be completely honest. Is the reason I like the Gurren Lagann opening so much is because eventually they bring it in. They play the opening over fight scenes.
Oh.
You know how some animes will do that?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
you then.
So I'm envisioning not necessarily the opening, but all the cool shit that was going on in show when they played that.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair
so
enough.
it definitely hits different for me, and it will for you, I hope. Even guys who aren't like super Gurren Lagann fanboys are like, yo, that part was sick.
That part was sick.
Dope. Okay, did you have any other thoughts that you had written down before I kind of...
The ending thoughts is pretty much going to be on episode 8, so I figured I'll just let you ask whatever questions before I kind of give my spiel about... Because this did change my overall... now you have my interest a little bit, so yeah. Episode 8 was a good one.
Yeah, and obviously you know why I made you stop there.
Yes, I did.
I think you covered most of the bases, though. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that... Because there's a lot that... Okay, so I guess what I'll say is... I want you to look out for when you continue to watch the show...
Yep.
I want you to specifically take a look at the duality of characters.
Oh, I can do that. I did that with Avengers with Captain America and Tony Stark. So.
The good and the bad and the two separate sides of these, of who one person can be. I want you to really pay attention to how the personalities of these people grow throughout the show. Simone, Rossiu, Yoko, I want you to take a real... it is a fun show, don't get me wrong, but there was a bunch of stuff I noticed on the second watch through that was very...
Wait, is this made
it made
by
the show
Tagashi
well written. No.
Okay.
No, this is made by... Maybe not the same creators or whatever, but I believe it was the same studio/production company that did Ava and Fooly Cooly.
Okay. All right.
And they went on to create Studio Trigger, which is Kill la Kill, and a bunch of other crazy looking weird anime.
Gotcha.
Very in the Gurren Lagann style of there are no rules.
There's
sort
one
of.
rule.
Yeah, there's one rule and just work around that, and everybody's naked. It's fun.
All right. So do you want me to give me my spiel?
Yeah, but just before I want to close, keeping it, just watch how the personalities of these characters grow. There's a lot of subtle growth, and you might find yourself getting kind of caught up with the story, but don't forget about where these characters come from and where they are now as you continue to watch the story.
Trust me, man, I'm pretty good at watching character development.
Definitely, but there's a lot that you just, at least for me, the first watch through, I remember telling you afterwards, it's a really, really good show. I want to watch it again, but for the most part, it's rah-rah big robot fights. And it is rah-rah big robot fights, but there is a lot more that you just have to kind of move the dust over a little bit to see. So I want you to pay attention to the special stuff.
Okay.
You don't know exactly what it is, but the heartfelt, the special stuff, you'll get it.
Okay.
So yes, how did you feel episode 8? This was a fucking epic one, and it hurts me to this day to watch it.
Okay. Well, basically, we've already talked about the spoilers, but Kamina does die in the fight that happens. It's kind of like a mini climax.
Kind of dies once, says, fuck that, I need to get the fuck up and help Simone. And then,
then he used all his energy and he's gone. But I'm going to say it caught me off guard because deep down, especially since you told me it's such an emotional ride, I had a feeling like Kamina was going to die. I just had a feeling, especially when I saw the foreshadowing with this, like Yoko saying, this personality, what you do, it's going to get you killed. I just thought they were going to do like most animes, and like this is one of the main guys. They're probably going to follow him, and he's going to like sacrifice himself near the end. I did not picture it to be so soon. And then when him and Yoko, like for once, a romance where instead of like the whole entire show, they're not like showing that they care for each other. They get a little makeout, and then they're like, I'm going to see you when I come back. And I'm like, yo, they don't normally do this type of shit in anime. I'm not going to lie. These Japanese people, they don't like showing their emotions or something over here. So I'm like, this is all just a little bit different than what I'm expecting. It's kind of like, and then you see Simone. He's, as you can see, I think he's into Yoko, so he's kind of bothered that she was into Kamina.
Definitely. This is the first, keep in mind for Simone,
this is the first
girl that's ever, like, not called him disgusting and gross.
And she's
like,
really
a loser.
revealing, too. So.
And she's a peach. I mean, Yoko's adorable. Why wouldn't you, especially if you're a young boy and the first girl that's shown interest in you, of course you're going to quote-unquote fall in love.
Exactly. So, but either way, I saw this and I'm like, yeah, all right, this is going a lot different. I don't know. It's just a lot different, but it totally just, it didn't click. Normally, if I see stuff like that happen with the romance, I'll see you when I get back. I always think in normal movies, anything I watch, he's going to die. But for some reason, I'm watching this and I'm like, this show is so ridiculous. This man has persevered over everything. I didn't think of this as much of a climax, so I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. They're just going to have a big fight. And the shit goes on. They're fighting and all that. And then Kamina makes sure to go and punch Simone in the middle of a battle to wake his ass up again, because he's like, no matter what, no matter where I am, I'm going to wake your ass up from your bitch assness.
I want to see you grit those teeth.
Yeah, basically. So it's like...
Oh, I got chills right there.
I know.
Oh, my God.
I know. I got a little bit too, because I'm like, this is what I mean. This is that over-the-top shit. I'm like, I expected, but I'm like, this is pretty cool. And then just out of nowhere, boy gets blasted from underneath, not even seeing it coming, and the boy goes down. And it doesn't show him for like a couple scenes real quick, so you think he's done there. And I'm sitting there in my head like, if these boys kill off Kamina in this episode, then props to you, because that's fucking ballsy and that's fucking interesting.
You'd rather see a character you like be killed off because the creator was like, I got balls, I don't worry about what
Game
is
of
gonna
Thrones,
be said.
I'm not going to lie, as much as I hate it, fucking best first season, kind of in a way.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely be not knowing who's going to live and who's going to die.
What keeps your interest.
It draws you into a show, and that's kind of a problem as I've gotten older that I've seen with some shonens. It's like, okay, well, the main character's not going to fucking die, obviously.
Yeah.
But then you kind of got to realize that, and you got to be like, all right, who else going to die?
You see Kamina in the front cover of the show also, so you think he's going to be in it for a while, and he's going to be,
for all intents and purposes, he is the number one protagonist in the beginning of the show. You would have thought he was the protagonist if I didn't tell you about Simone.
Exactly. When you said Simone, I thought he was a side character.
Yeah.
for the longest time, I thought he literally was a side character.
But now he's man of the house now.
He's man of the house. He got the reins now. You can't be a bitch boy now.
Yeah.
But basically, yeah, and then when he got up the second time, I'm like, all right, the boy's going to push through. He's going to show some nut, going to bring them and rally the troops, and they're going to continue on. I'm like, all right, you almost had me. That was a good idea, but I know you don't have the balls to kill him off. And then it just keeps going. The fight ends, and then he's like, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm going to have to, like, he said that, and I'm like, all right.
Later, buddy.
Yeah, later, buddy. That one hit me. He didn't even have to say. He just said later, buddy, and he basically just, he gone. And basically didn't even have to show like Simone or anyone really going up to him and crying. Like they just showed like a quick little thing, no noise, just Simone on the ground crying. And I'm like, and then at the end, I did a, you did it.
You gave him a clap. I
gave him a little clap.
Ovation.
I'm like, okay, all right. So immediately now it's in the 8 range. I'm excited to see what happens. I read the preview of episode 9 saying after the loss of Kamina. So I'm like, all right, I read the bio. It says he's dead. He's absolutely dead.
He's definitely
all right.
not coming back. He's not getting
We
Dragon Balls.
100%. All right, you guys did it. You pulled the trigger. I just want to make sure here. So
Especially because I almost didn't believe it. That's why it shook me so hard, like you said.
well,
Because
that's
he
what
came
made me
back,
like it. If he
fought,
he wouldn't
he
have,
won,
yeah.
and then he died.
If he would have lived, I'm not gonna lie, I would have been like, yeah, they can't get out of their own way. They got to keep adding the shonen tropes. This ain't no different. I'm like, that's what I mean. I was gonna be like, what makes it so outstanding? But already doing this in episode 8, okay, you got me.
Yep.
So
Yep. And if anybody who's ever asked me about Gurren Lagann, or ever, like Kelly, for instance, when she watched it with me, she's like, why the fuck did they kill him? Are you serious? She was pissed.
but that's what's great about it. That's what you want from a show.
You really need to care. But I told her, and I'll tell you, as much as I love all of Gurren Lagann, this is where the show gets good. I mean, like, this is where the show goes from, like you said, an 8. It's like, oh, this is fun. This is cool to watch.
Well, it was a 7 at first, and then now it's in the 8, and from here
Sure,
on,
okay.
the sky's the limit, you know?
I guess I'm talking more about me, but like it was an 8 for me, somewhere around there. I was like, all right, this is fun, this is cool. I'm having a good time watching this. And after this is when it became for me a 10 out of 10 fucking masterpiece. Like, everything about it, I don't care. You can tell me there's flaws. And I've got funny thing about rose-colored glasses, all the red flags just kind of look like flags. You know?
Yeah.
So this is where the pivoting point of, like, this is a fun show, this is a cool show, to this is the fucking mecca. Like, the mecca.
The mecca, yep.
The mecca as far as I am concerned. And I'm pretty happy. I thought you were going to be way more judgmental. But maybe that was just my anxieties.
I was going to say, I have judges. Like I said, I'm confused with the whole merging thing. I thought it was very heavy shonen tropes with the whole, like, everyone coming in to rescue, like, out of nowhere. But, usually you're just going to go back to this show has no rules. So it's just my own little gripes, and you said if you pick it apart, it may bother you. But those are my things. Those are just the little inconsistencies that I find. But it's also a mecha, so I'm not normally watching these, so what I perceive as doesn't make sense to meet people that watch mechas are probably like, nah, this is the norm. So...
Yeah, and I honestly don't know. I do know that Ava was very different from Gurren Lagann.
Right.
It was a much different show. It was much more down-to-earth, kind of grounded, if you will, as far as how it felt. And Gurren Lagann just kind of feels like over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I haven't really delved into the Gundams. I'm not a big mech guy, even though I love Gurren Lagann. That's not like a genre that I'm super hyped about.
Yeah, and I just want to make it clear, like I say most times, just because I like isekais and pretty much shonen and stuff like that, if you get the characters growing, you get the dialogue, make me feel like these characters actually know each other or are starting to get to know each other. I want realism in there. No matter what the background of the show is, like mechas and all that, I probably will like it. It just may take it a lot longer for me to enjoy it because it's not something I like. The action for mecha fights aren't my thing, so you're gonna have to pull me in somewhere else. Like, you're gonna have to make people got convictions. They got to be funny. They got to have quirkiness. They got to be realistic. You got to have a good story around it, and that's all you need. So
absolutely, yeah. And you've always been in like an IRL 3D style media. You've always been like, I like dialogue. I could take dialogue over action.
All his dialogue to me is it just sends it over for me. I love dialogue.
And unfortunately, sometimes through translation and through dubbing and stuff, however you decide to watch, it doesn't come out quite the way it's supposed to in the native language.
Yeah.
So that can be an issue. Definitely when it's a dialogue-heavy show, if it's not translated well, it all just kind of seems like ridiculousness.
Absolutely. But no, yeah, you don't need to be worried. I think I've already gone through.
Oh, I'm not worried. If you liked it up until this part, you're
I've
gonna
gone through the
love
worst
the rest.
part where I said it was like a 7. Like, it's fine. It's not the best show, but it's fine. Then I think you're gonna be all set, bud.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I am super excited. I could have you watch just the rest straight through. And you know what? If you watch the next chunk that I gave you, and you're like,
it's
dude,
9
I
to
gotta
17,
fucking watch the rest,
right? That's the next.
Yes, and then it's like the last fucking 10 episodes or whatever.
I think I'm skipping one because you said there's a filler arc or something.
Yeah, there's a recap episode.
Okay.
I don't think there's any actual new information in there, but you can watch it if you want.
Yeah, all right. And I'm hoping that you'll be at the end of Naruto almost. I mean, I know you thought you were at the Sasuke part, but we're closing. Yeah, no,
at the end of Naruto, probably, maybe not, but I will definitely be. I plan on, by the time you're done, Gurren Lagann, I plan on being somewhere around, somewhere around episode 90 of Naruto.
Okay, fair enough.
and then we'll go from there. You can either continue that as my forced recommendation, or you can say, you know what, we're going to switch it up. You're going to go to Sword Art Online. Whatever you want to do, buddy.
It's fine by me. I want you to finish out at least one whole thing of Naruto, so I'm going to keep you going until you've done it, and then I'll be like, Shippuden can wait till you're ready, so...
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm probably going to wait for a while on Shippuden.
Oh, you're going to need to wait for a while, but at least, you've got a good chunk of it out of there.
Yeah, if I take breaks in between parts of JoJo, I'm sure as fuck taking a break after Naruto before Shippuden.
But no, that was it. We went on for a while here. I'm sorry, guys, but this was a big deal for us.
We had a lot of Naruto to talk about, and I can gush for hours about Gurren Lagann, so I can see JD's giving me the wrap-up signal now.
Well, no, I mean, we got a good portion. I only had to watch like 8 episodes while you were trying to fill in essentially like 60-something episodes, so I know you had to commit more time, and there's little things in between, but I'm sure things are going to get more intense for my end from here on out, so I will have more to talk about. We'll try to talk about other things as well in the next episode, but we are still getting this force recommendation out there and going on this adventure together.
Yeah, maybe not every week. This type of segment might not take up a whole episode every week, so we might throw some extra bullshit in there. But hell, I mean, I might make you do one whole episode on Gurren Lagann, just the next part.
Yeah, and we're gonna hopefully have some filler episodes coming out as well. That'd be other topics.
Yeah, we're thinking about some other topics. We know me and JD, we dig Avatar. The Last Airbender, so we've been thinking about doing maybe a separate series specifically on Avatar, or something that's kind of anime adjacent, perhaps. So it's extra.
And I'm not forcing it on you, but I did hear Castlevania is really good. So
sure.
Wink, wink.
If we do one though, anime adjacent first, it's going to be Avatar because I need.
It will be. Yes.
I need to finish it. I never finished the Book of Fire.
And yeah, there's 3 books, so essentially you could almost break it down into 3 parts. So.
Yeah, so we're going to be getting cool stuff like that. To keep up with all the cool shit we're doing, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Hit us up on Discord, yo. Discord's probably the best place to reach out to us. We're always on there. We message back. We take fan suggestions. It's good shit.
Yeah, and you can reach us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Podcasts, pretty much most podcasts. We're seeing some people
Pocket
viewing.
Cast, TuneIn Radio, Castbox. We're on just about all of them.
Yep, sky's the limit.
Yes, sky is the limit. We will pierce the heavens with our drills.
All right. So, anything else, man? Or do you think that's it for today?
You know what? I think it's about time we get the hell out of here. It's hot in the studio.
I'm dying. So, all right, I'm gonna go pierce the heavens right now.
We're going to pierce the heavens with our drills. Thank you all for listening. I am the mighty Earthworm. Who the fuck are you?
And I am the simple JD.
The simple JD. We're the Anime Brothers. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good one.
Peace.
Call me when it's time to leave. It's been a quarantine.